How does the strongest girl on the planet train? And how big a plane can two girls drag? This is Infinity, and in this episode I'll show you what the strongest women in the world can do. You'll definitely be surprised. Yeon Woo-ji. Yeon Woo-ji, a 37-year-old Korean woman, is not exactly the typical representative of the fair sex of South Korea. While modern Korean women's slender and even slightly thin physiques are in fashion, Yeon Woo-ji clearly stands out because of her unusual figure, which has earned her the nickname Muscle Barbie. Initially suffering from panic attacks, the Korean followed her therapist's advice and started practicing bodybuilding and powerlifting. Years of hard work bore fruit, and now Yeon Woo-ji is conquering heavy weights. The girl easily bench presses several hundred kilograms, lifts heavy weights in deadlift, and squats using barbells sheathed with a pile of weights. You can see the results for yourself. Yeon Woo-ji has an impressive muscles, and she's rightfully considered as one of the strongest girls in the world, and she's certainly the strongest in her home country. Yang Harong from neighboring China resembles her South Korean colleague. In China, girls are valued primarily for their fragility, slimness, and thinness, which makes Yeon stand out from the crowd. For a spectacular shape, the athlete became known as a girl with a face of an angel and the body of a devil. Yeon's main pride is her powerful hips. As users of the internet say, such hips can crush a man, and I believe it. But Yeon doesn't want to do evil. She prefers lifting heavy weights, practicing martial arts, and cosplay. Some of her most memorable images are Street Fighter character Chun-Li and Mi Shiranui from SNK series, Fatal Fury, and King of Fighters. Speaking of hips, Yeon Harong certainly has powerful thighs, but Olga Liashuks are clearly more powerful. This athlete has been in the Guinness Book of World Records twice. The first time she made it to the book in 2016, crushing 3 watermelons with her hips in 14 seconds. In 2018, the Ukrainian improved her own result. Watermelons were cracked under her pressure already in 7 seconds. But Olga's capable of more than that. She lifts a tire weighing about 240 kilograms and runs 240 meters with a load of 82 kilograms. In the account of the Ukrainians, there are a lot of achievements, but perhaps the most important of them is the second place at the World Championships among strong girls. The championship was held last year, so the incredible Ukrainian can be called the second strongest woman on the planet. And here comes the leader. Rebecca Roberts can safely be called the strongest woman in the world, because last year she won the title by winning the World's Strongest Woman Championships. Rebecca's strength is amazing. She does an exercise called the Farmer's Walk, carrying handles weighing 145 kilograms each. With nearly 300 kilos of load, Rebecca does the Farmer's Walk for several meters in less than 10 seconds. She clearly has no difficulty in carrying heavy bags of food to her house. Rebecca also effortlessly throws heavy bags over a high plank and lifts a 180-kilo Atlas stove onto a 1-meter high platform. As the cherry on the cake is a brisk walk with a platform on her shoulders weighing 240 kilograms. Strength parameters of Rebecca are even a little scary because not so long ago the British woman was in bad shape, weighed more than 190 kilograms, and even in her wildest dreams didn't think about becoming a world champion. Sue Thomas Franklin and Sam Taylor. While Rebecca Roberts pulls heavy platforms, Sue Thomas Franklin and Sam Taylor work with more spectacular objects. An airplane, for example. These married girls are a true super couple who can move a real Airbus A320 airplane, and not just move it, but drag it several meters. About a year ago, Sue and Sam were listed in the Guinness Book of World Records, having dragged a 48-ton aircraft 20 meters in just 37 seconds. For such an achievement, they can rightfully be included not only in the Guinness Book of World Records, but also among the strongest women in the world. If an airplane suddenly loses its engines on the runway and has to be towed away, you know who can solve this situation. Anita Florschik. Anita Florschik's height is 168 centimeters, and her weight is 75 kilograms. She's not the smallest, but she's also not the biggest and most massive woman, but that doesn't stop her from literally rolling frying pans into a tube. Look at the way Anita does it nonchalantly. It's as if the frying pans are not made of metal but of cardboard. This Polish sportswoman can destroy up to 6 frying pans in 1 minute. She proved it at one of the Chinese shows. Anita's also able to deadlift. She easily lifts 250 kilograms while smiling. And let's not even mention lighter weights and tasks. The Polish sportswoman lifts adults over her head like babies. It's not surprising that in the noughties, Anita was considered the strongest woman on the planet and repeatedly won the World's Strongest Woman Championships, where now the champion is Rebecca Roberts. Although Anita is 40 years old, she's still among the strongest women on the planet. Kristen Rhodes is even older than Anita. This September, the American will turn 47 years old. Despite this fact, she's still one of the strongest women on the planet, and about 10 years ago, she shone in all her glory, showing incredible results. Kristen is the daughter of famous shot putter Bill Nieder. She got amazing genetics from her grandfather, enabling the 100-kilogram athlete to effortlessly lift heavy tires fixed on the barbell and performs elements of weightlifting. To clean and jerk and snatch are Kristen's favorite exercises. It seems to be no problem for her to lift heavy weights, heavy barbell with a pile of weight plates, or a giant dumbbell above her head. The American was in her prime in 2012, winning the World's Strongest Woman Championships. Donna Moore is another winner of the World's Strongest Woman Championships. Until a few years ago, this British woman was considered the strongest woman on the planet, who won the world's most important Strong Woman Championships 3 times. As a strong woman, Donna does not have a distinct muscle definition or beautiful lean muscles, but this incredible athlete boasts an unbelievable strength that many male bodybuilders can only dream of. In 2020, Donna handled the Atlas stone weighing 171 kilograms. Thus, she broke her own record of 2016 when she lifted the 148.9 kilogram stone twice in a row from the floor and placed it on a 112-centimeter high platform. In general, the Atlas stones seem to have been invented specifically for Donna. Donna really likes to lift these stones and put them on different surfaces. She can do this with several stones in a row, as she did at a competition in Scotland in 2019. The British woman's strength is astounding. Among other things, Donna lifts 80-kilogram dumbbells over her head, does a 240-kilogram deadlift, pushes 130 kilograms from the chest, and so on. It seems that nothing is impossible for the British woman. This is confirmed by the titles. Donna won the Arnold Pro Strongwoman Tournament 18 times alone. And that's saying a lot. Gabby Garcia. You don't have to be a bodybuilder or a powerlifter to be one of the strongest girls in the world. Gabby Garcia proves it. As an MMA fighter, she inspires no less respect and fear than the strong women who lift incredible weights. By the way, the Brazilian Gabby and many strong girls have something in common. Gabby is incredibly big too. She's 188 centimeters tall and weighs 95 kilograms. Not surprisingly, she literally towers over her opponents, who in some angles seem quite tiny in comparison with her. Gabby Garcia is often called the most gigantic, heaviest, and most importantly, the most powerful female MMA fighter. And Gabby proves it in action. She has 7 fights to her credit and not a single loss. Gabby has 6 finishes, literally tearing up and destroying her opponents. By the way, Gabby wins not only because of her size, yes, it's a good help, but technique is much more important, and Garcia is all right with it. The Brazilian is a member of the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation Hall of Fame, which makes her a real living weapon. That's all, guys. Which girl do you think is the strongest in the world? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.